Welcome back to The Change Physician. I'm Melissa Cady, the Challenge Doctor, with my co-host, Dr. Kevin Cuccaro, here to bring you another Saturday Salutations on nothing other than the U.S. personal tax return due date, April 15th.
No, it's due Monday.
Oh, sorry. Well, normally it's April 15th, but they push it to Monday because it's on a weekend, right?
Yes.
There
exactly.
we go. Well, Saturday's not really due on Saturday. But how are you today?
I am well. I am, it's going to be a busy weekend and it's going to be fun and all that jazz. So
are you staying in Oregon?
We are actually, my wife and I are going to go to Bend.
Okay.
So awesome. It is, I'm really trying to do more, I guess, like some of the best, how do I say this? When I was a resident, or when we were residents, my wife and I were residents, one of the really good things about it is that it made us really focus on scheduling things. I mean, in particular, I don't know about your program. Our program warned us like day one, like schedule your vacation, because if it comes to the end of the year and there's no coverage, then you're not going to get approved.
Right.
I took that to heart, and like literally, so the first day of the year we would schedule everything. So and then we lost that, and now I'm trying to be more aggressive. And then the other part is I'm trying to, I think I talked about this on a Saturday Salutations, I'm trying to really focus on, we have so much locally. So how do we do that? So, and then if you've been listening to Saturday Salutations for a while, I'm a Marriott dork. And a couple of my little gamifications of life is the point game with Marriott. And so it's like promo time. So it's like, oh, how do we book these stays? And let's just do this stuff. So anyway, We're going to go to Bend for a couple of days. It should be great.
Cool. Very nice. I am actually pulling up. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to pull up a couple things. Let's see. Last time I was the 8th. I was going to go ahead, since our Saturday Salutations, we tend to share what's recently happened. Let's see. This would be the 13th was the most recent, which was, of course, Thursday throwback. We had Dr. Paul Thomas, we mentioned last time. This is part 2, starting up a direct primary care as a graduating resident. Of course, he has a whole bunch of books we mentioned on the last Saturday Salutations. And this past Sunday, on my birthday, we released the travel experiences that change how we travel, or how you travel. And we gave some, pointers there and things to consider. Any comments off that?
I do actually. My sister, who listens to us, nice to see you, Catherine, because she's awesome. It's funny because she actually
she said happy birthday to me. That was very sweet.
She's awesome. But she listened to that episode, and it's funny because then she shared some stuff. And I guess the whole thing is the biggest part is not to be judgmental about anything, like, because you never know. Because I think even we had an episode where we're talking about like all inclusive and poo-poo this and poo-poo that or whatever. And so she sent me this email and kind of reminded me like all travel could be fun. So she's done the cruise thing and they had a good time, and elements that they didn't think that they were going to like about the cruise, like having to sit with the same people, and they ended up became, friends, and they give them advice. But then like the tours is, because we'll typically hub and spoke it, what we do, but in hub and spoke is you have a space and then you kind of go off from there, but you have a kind of thing. But she had taken a bus tour, I think with my cousin, and it kind of reminded me of that and the advantages of actually doing a tour group where people poo-poo, oh, well, you don't want to do a tours. And she talked about experiences on that. So long and short of it, I think travel is just be open and curious when you travel, and you can pretty much have fun doing anything. And I would then challenge people who think, oh, I'm not a cruise person. Have you ever taken a cruise? Do it. Oh, I'll never do a tour. Well, do it, and just try, because you'll be pleasantly surprised, I think. Again, speaking from experience, I was like one of those, I'll never do a cruise. And then we did it and I was like, holy crap, this was much fun. And if you have little kids, it's like the best. Like seriously, they're not babies, because they have these things and like our kids didn't want to come back. They were like, I think they were 6 and 8 or somewhere down there. And we wanted to go to bed because we were tired. It was like 9 o'clock, and they're like, and the kids club would close at like 10. And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh, okay, fine. The kids are trying to stay up later than you. So it's, I don't know. Just be open to new experiences, and you might be pleasantly surprised. And thank you, little sister, for reminding me.
Yeah. We all need reminders every once in a while. Yeah. Well, anything you'd like to share? I know we're going to make this a very truncated or shortened version of a Saturday Salutations. We've got lots of things to do this weekend. So
yeah,
anything you want to share?
So much to share. So much
so
to
little
share.
time.
So little time. Now I had something and then I just blew it by talking about vacations. And it was I'll probably save it for an episode. I just remembered I got, I'll just kind of throw it out there for everybody. I was reading through some Facebook posts, and it just a reminder. I think it hit me because it was somebody with young kids, and they were really, really struggling, and they were talking about them and their partner and having a bunch, these little kids, and they were a dual physician partner or dual physician household, and how hard it was. And they're like, everybody makes this look so easy, and they're posting on Facebook and blah, 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 and their lives are perfect. And I didn't respond, but a lot of the responses were ones I completely agreed with. And social media lies, like, I mean, not in the way of like blatant falsehoods, but half falsehoods, because people tend to not post their challenges. But anybody who's got a bunch of young kids and you have two working people, or even if you don't have two working people, it's a freaking struggle, because parenting is hard. And it just kind of remind me of that is one of the things about social media that we always need to remember is people tend to post the best events. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean they don't have the negative events. And so there's this false thing is every time when there's something's bad or when you're not in a great place, that somehow you're the only one. And that's not true. And so it hit me and it made me reminded me of that. And I just want to make sure people were also reminded that there's a very skewed perception on social media, and be careful about it.
Yeah, we're kind of like almost like it's like some news channels, like it shows their bias. We kind of show the bias of the things we're not ashamed of and the good things about our lives.
Well, and we want to stay somewhat positive, but recognizing that there are struggles, Yeah. I mean, you just need to be aware. So it at least had to come up at least once if we're having a short Saturday Salutations. Be aware that things that are not always what they seem. And certainly there's highs and lows, and everybody has highs and lows. And if you're only posting the highs or you're only seeing the highs, I guarantee you there's a lot of lows out there that you're not seeing. Yeah. So you're not alone.
Yeah. Find someone to talk to, find a way to pivot in your life, because things are not always going to go perfectly. But yes, I would like to do a more extended Saturday Salutations next time. So why don't you take us out?
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us for this abbreviated Saturday Salutations, because we need to go out and do exciting things in our lives. And we hope that you guys are doing exciting things in your lives. And until next time, stay well.
Take care.